Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our channel.
We want to welcome everybody that's new, everybody that has been coming back and watching us for a while. We love having all of you.
I got a kiss.
Yeah, Evie's happy to see everybody. Aren't you, Evie? Yes. Yes. Anyway, this particular video was a surprise. We're helping out a friend, and she has two very beloved Shirley Temple dolls, but they are from two very different time periods.
1934 composition.
Yep.
Which was at the time that Shirley
with
was
a mohair wig.
With a, oh yes, mohair. They didn't have anything else but mohair back then.
If not everybody knows that.
That's true. So she had a mohair wig, and someone told her she should wash it. Well,
okay, well,
that's how she ended up here.
Right. Well, we'll get into that later. But then there's also a very, very pretty 1957 17-inch ideal Shirley Temple doll, and she is hard vinyl.
Did you say 1957? You did.
I did.
Yes. And she's in without the box.
Yeah, she is. She's beautiful, but she's going to get a little bit of a refresh, not necessarily a spa day, just a little bit of a sprucing up.
Just, yes.
Yeah, that's about it. And the Shirley, the 1934 Shirley, she needs a little bit more work, but she's a beautiful
wig cap.
She's a beautiful girl.
She's gorgeous.
So you're going to see kind of a repair and a set on a mohair wig.
Yes,
pretty much sums it up.
And we're going to refresh.
I already said that.
The 1957.
I said that.
Some people will say, "Why are you touching that doll?"
Oh.
Because our owner wants me to.
Evie, are you ready to go see the video? Are you? So, oh, she is.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Evie. Evie, look. Oh, let's go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Well, who's this?
Well, she's a guest. And she came for a spa day.
What do you think, Evie? What do you think of our guest?
Want to see?
Come here.
Come here.
It's okay. Come on. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, a new guest in the house.
Yeah.
Well, let me explain a little bit about her. She is, I think she's 18 inches. She's 17. Has to be. That's the way they made them then.
Well, there's two guests. You didn't tell us there were two guests.
They came as a package.
They did.
And so she's a 57 and she's a 34. Maybe.
Well, let's get a little more specific.
Shirley Temples.
This young lady is a 1930, well, we think 34. I know, Evie.
I'm looking at her face, and if you go into the book, into the Judith Eisen book, you can pretty much tell by the face structure, mold, what years they were in. And I would say she's early, not later.
Is.
She's early.
But what I was going to say before Evie interrupted is that she is a composition Shirley Temple doll.
She is.
And this young lady is
she's a hard vinyl.
Yep.
And she has her original clothes on with a tagged skirt by Ideal.
And this young lady has her original clothes on.
And she has a pin that I did remove from this organza because it will cause damage. We're not talking to you.
I am. What? What? What do you want? Huh? We're talking about the dolls, Evie, not you. So, what we're going to do with these lovely young ladies is we're going to give them each a spa day. Although this little girl, she needs a little bit more than a spa day. She has a little bit more than a
spa day because when her mom went, you mind your own business. We're busy here. No. You're not stealing the show. No puppy bombs. They told her to wash mohair. And if anybody's watched any of my videos, you do not want to wash mohair. Well, she didn't know. She followed the instructions, and she sent me the instructions that this person left her. And she lost at least about half the volume of her hair in the process. But
think
Do
that
not move.
we can, or preferably you, can put this little girl back together, fix these little spots on her head, and you're going to bring this mohair wig back to life, aren't you?
I think as I'm looking through it that I have enough hair to give her a decent Shirley Temple.
And it's her
wig.
original wig.
It's her original wig.
So
Everything is original. She has an original dress with the one-piece slip with the attached panties.
all I see is your arm, hon.
I'm sorry.
See them.
She has the one-piece slip, which is with attached panties.
Mm-hmm.
And these,
The only thing, like I said before, the only thing that they don't have that's original are their shoes.
yeah, I don't think these were her original shoes. I think they came with her, and they are very, very, very vintage.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think, I looked in the Judith Eisen book, and I saw some that tied, but I never saw any that had the split.
Okay, so I just think we ought to get right to it. I do. We're going to give this little girl a spa day, and we're going to give this little girl a little bit more than a spa day.
She's actually totally original.
She is.
But her mom doesn't like the fact that everything got squished. So we're going to unsquish her.
Yep, we're going to unsquish her. Evie, do you think that we ought to get going? Do you think so? You do? You do? Really? Oh, well, we should do it then.
So this is the wig that belongs to this doll that a person told her to wash, and she lost about half the volume of the hair. But when she told her also to remove the wig to do this because you can't put water on compo, which obviously something happened, you can see it. I thought, well, Evie's resting, I'm going to let her rest, and so I'll take a look at the wig. Well,
I mean, Shirley is sleeping on an Evie pillow?
Yes.
Ah.
And so I don't know if any of you have heard about darning socks, but that's the way they used to do it.
Well, why don't you show what the issue is first?
The issue is a mess. And that is, I didn't realize it was that bad until I was just giving her a rest and decided to look at the wig cap. Do you see? There's stitches here and stitches here. You can see how these stitches are not, are pulled away.
Mm-hmm.
This is very fragile, everyone. Very fragile. Do not pull tight on those. You can actually pull. I'm sorry, the needle's in my mouth. You can go through with your knot from here to any of these places that are, this is a stitch, this is a stitch. Give me that needle. So I think I'll try right here to show you, give you an example before. This stuff is very involved. So I would take my needle under here. I don't want to get the hair, so then I would take the original stitch to the original stitch below. And all I'm doing is filling in. I'm not going to pull. I'm not going to pull. I'm making a wig cap. I want you to understand we're making wig cap. If you pull tight, first of all, you're going to damage the original, stay out of there. You're going to damage the original wig cap, and you're going to make it too small for the doll because it'll just make it smaller. And so I'm just going to keep going until I fill this in, and then I might come back and do stitches this way. See how crisscross this is? This gauze? So that I don't want the glue, when I glue her cap back on, I don't want the glue taking away the little hair. Do you see all this hair? I need that hair.
So you're covering it up. You're repairing the wig.
So I'm repairing the wig cap.
So that the glue will stick to the wig cap
instead
and
of
not
the hair.
Okay.
I need the hair.
Okay. So you're going to continue to do this.
That's just a sample of what I'm doing.
Right.
I want to show you how down here because you need to see it. Do you see this?
Mm-hmm.
It's a stitch. Do you see this? Do you see this? And you see the stitch up here? This piece right here belongs here.
Okay.
So that means from here all the way to here, right about here, I have to make a new wig cap. Okay. And then, to see the worst of it, I've already done this. This is already finished. Do you see how it looks like a mess, but it's not? See right here, back and forth, up and down. I didn't want to show you this because this actually joins together. It probably won't be as difficult, going over the wig cap and bringing this stuff down so that it doesn't glue the hair. See, that's the way it's going to end up with my stitches running across back and forth. But right here is the real damage. And that's why you do not want to remove your wigs. Do you see this string right here? This was the stitching. And that stitching was attached over here. And do you see this gauze? That gauze covered up all this.
What about adding a little gauze?
I think that's a very good question. Do you see if I pull on this gauze, it straightens it out. So when I
but I mean in the back, honey.
In the back, I might consider it. I haven't decided yet. That is a really huge repair. Right here, I can do it with the needle, bringing this.
Yeah, we already discussed
straightening it out. A scene stealer.
Really?
Are you happy or what?
She just wants to be a part of it.
Why don't you box it and sell it, and then everybody will be fine in this world.
Okay.
All right. So I went through and I tried to make, fill in where it was
already
ripped.
went through all this.
We did. We went through. Okay. This was the part.
Let's just see what you did. It looks to me like not only did you do some extra sewing, but you did a patch like I suggested.
Yes. And I couldn't do the patch up a little higher because I needed the hair. So I went to where it was matted and where I couldn't move the hair or, use the hair. So I sewed it there. And then to this was very substantial here. So it's pretty good. It's not going to, the glue is going to stay basically off her hair. Now I went through and I used my trusty little needle. And this is a first for me because I've done Shirley Temple hair before, but never one that has lost so much hair. And so with losing the hair, she has so many curls that I'm going to do my best to cover her whole cap. So my challenge with this one that I've never had before is to make the banana curls and still cover the wig cap.
But, we just wanted to see what you did to fix the wig cap, and the wig cap is now fixed.
And so what I'm going to do now is she'll get a bath, she'll get restrung, which you've all seen us do
right.
on
So if you want to see a Shirley Temple wig get curled again and reset, then there are a couple of actual different videos that you can watch. But this one is about to be re-glued onto the 1934-ish compo, and then you're going to start setting her hair.
I'm going to give it a go.
That's right. You ready, Evie?
I have to string her and I have to wash her first.
Yes.
Then I'll do that.
Yeah. But we're going to see her later. And we're going to see you later. Really?
Here. She said, I'm not Shirley Temple. Don't make me Shirley Temple.
Sometimes I think that's what you're trying to be, Missy.
Yes.
Nope, you're not. Definitely not. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, here we go.
Well, here are the original shoes for the 1934 composition Shirley. And they are repairable, even though they might look like they're not. So, hey, no. We told you could come up if you lay down. Lay down. Thank you very much. And so what we're going to do is, you can see it's separated from the sole right in here, and insole and the outer sole. And I'm going to, first of all, before I do that, I oiled, it's oilcloth and it's brittle. That's why we have all these cracks and breaks, because during the last few decades, they needed to be treated just like oil. You put oil on your wood tables or whatever. They need to be treated. They weren't treated, so they got brittle and they broke. So what we did is we re-oiled them. I stuffed the front just to keep the shape. And then I'm going to go through and, one other point. I'm going to go through and fix them. But somebody recently said, yes, you should oil the oilcloth, but do not oil the soles. The soils are made of a wood product, inside and out. Wood products need to be oiled. Now, let's say you didn't oil this and you didn't oil this. This part, do you see it right here? That belongs underneath this. That would never get oil if you only oiled this. So eventually the whole shoe would break away from the two soles.
Mm-hmm.
You have to oil the bottoms, the insides, and the outside. And as you can see, I've oiled it and you don't see any grease.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why? It was hungry.
In other words, it soaked it all up.
It soaked it all up. So I'm going to go through. Now, how am I going to repair this? This is a old lambskin doll shoe.
It came in a group of many doll shoes, and it is a single.
Yeah, it has to be a single, all right.
So
I have a pair right behind me that I kept because, no, I have one. It was a single, and I kept it because it was such a piece of art, work of art. The reason this is stuffed is because I stuffed it. Anyway, this is lambskin. So it's going to surface this pair of shoes. I'm going to cut little teeny strips. And after I get this fixed, I'm probably going to support it from the inside. It will make no difference to the fit of the doll. And I'm going to also use that to repair these cracks. So I'm going to cut here at these holes. That doesn't mean I can't use these pieces in between later, because sometimes it's just a tiny little piece that you need to repair a shoe. But I'm going to use a little strip to repair this. So I'm cutting myself a strip. And it doesn't need to be any wider than this. And I'm going to cut it all the way up because eventually I'm going to need it all. Maybe not for this pair of shoes, but for another pair. So I'm going to use Fabric Fusion. Oh, there you go. Fabric Fusion Aleene's. Pick it up at Joann's. Pick it online.
There'll be a link in the description of the video.
There are many places you can get this. To dig in quite a ways, though. Guess why? Because I use it all the time. It's very good on organza. It's very good on a lot of things. Where's my strip? I haven't decided how long my strip is going to be yet. I've got my teeth and figure it out. My strip is going to be a little bit past the openings, about like that. And so I'm going to flip it over. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And I've got, do you see it on there? It's shiny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just wanted you to be able to see it. You see it's not a lot.
And you're putting this on the inside.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. It'll work on the outside. But on the inside, it's lambskin. So it's going to be rougher on the inside than it is on the outside. It's going to be smoother. So what I'm going to do is go in here and figure out where I'm going to put it. Looks good to me. I'm going to cut that little teeny piece off. Nobody's going to see it. And oh my goodness, do you see how quickly that works? If you put too much on it, it's not going to like it.
I'm talking about glue.
I'm talking about the glue.
Mm.
And you can just take little clips. Now these clips are for fabric. You see that? And Shantae found them. I just love these things.
So do I.
So she got herself a set, and I got myself a set. And I only need to glue it there. Do you know why? Because it likes what it's doing. You see that?
I do.
Happy camper.
Mm.
There we go. So that is how I'm repairing that. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. And you can see that for what? It's pretty. Right here, I'm probably going to reinforce this.
The stitching?
Okay. It's a similar thing that happened on the other shoe. And it's pretty brittle. I can see that I need to put a little bit more oil in here between the stitching right here. Do you see that? It didn't go all the way through. So I'm going to take I'll do it for it right now. So even though I use this same toothpick, it doesn't matter because I wiped the toothpick off. And you see the oil is on there? I'm just going in between the two layers because it didn't make it through. And I need it to be supple. So I'm just going to grab a little bit more oil on my toothpick. Oh, it's more than a little bit. That's all right. The shoe will be very happy for that. It'll say, thank you very much. I was really hungry.
I think in this particular case, we'd say thirsty.
It's absorbing it.
Mm.
It's not running off.
Mm.
Thirsty, hungry, both. And so that is what happened to this other pair, which is a little bit more tedious repair. Then as this absorbs it, you can see it's absorbing it really quickly. And you can see now I can separate it where I couldn't even separate it before. Because that oil works so quickly. Look at that.
So after it has a chance to dry.
Yeah, it's not going to take long. I mean, it sucks it up really quickly.
Then you're going to do essentially the same thing.
Yes, and
you're
I might
going to glue another little strip back there.
Right, and I might take part of my strip and glue it into here, right here, and between these two pieces, so it gives a little bit of support to this.
Okay, so we're going to continue working on these lovely shoes, and then we're going to move on.
Well, here she has had her bath, except for a few spots where Shantae is going to clean, because I don't want to take off of her original makeup. So you'll see a few spots that are not clean.
Well,
But
I doubt that everybody's going to see the spots, but okay. So she's got her hair. She's finally no longer bald.
yes, I repaired the compo on her head, and right now she's drying. That's why everything's squished, because I just push every now and again for it to glue down. And when the blanket came over, I guess her little washcloth got covered, because I wanted to show you. There it is. This is just a little bit of, your doll might look clean.
Well, she's in excellent condition.
She's in excellent condition, and that is why I'm showing you this. Because there's no way, I did not think she was dirty. I didn't think she was. But she is.
Well, after what, 90 plus years?
Well, you never know if somebody has done anything or not done anything. You don't know what's happened over the years. Now, she has a problem with 3 fingers. Shantae is going to fix those. And then I'm going to do the best I can.
I have a lot of confidence.
And
in
then
her.
all her, she has all her original. I've already fixed her shoes, which are oilcloth.
Mm-hmm.
So her socks and her shoes are original, and so is her one-piece underwear, one penny, and
I can't wait to see them all.
it's all going to be OxyCleaned, and her blue ribbons.
Okay. So now she's going to get her hair worked on, and she's going to have those gorgeous Shirley curls.
And some fingertips.
Eventually.
Well, here's an experiment.
Definitely. But she's got a wig.
Yes, she has a wig.
And it's her original one.
I found her spit curl.
Mm-hmm.
And I also found her part, which helped a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I used...
so we'll explain to everybody that these are not the normal...
No, I usually...
curling, the normal way that you curl.
No, I usually use the smaller blue, but her hair was shortened because of the washing, and I was afraid I wouldn't get the curls I need.
Mm-hmm. So what did you do?
So I took the rods out of the sponge rollers,
and you use those.
And I found, like I've shown in other videos, you know, where the stitching on the wig cap was, and to get an idea. Plus, I bought my doll out here that I'd restored that had all the breaks in her head.
But in order to hold those curlers on, you use these wonderful little fabric clips.
These are fabric clips, and they come in different sizes, as in this size, which held two together because they weren't staying together. Then there is another size somewhere here, would be a red one. I don't see one on her. I must put it on the other doll. Okay, but they do have one a little wider than these. And so I use those to hold the rods on.
And of course you used the paper, the end papers, just like if you've seen any of our videos, you've seen any hair rolling.
End papers.
They work wonders.
Please look at those videos. You need end papers, especially with mohair.
And I'll put the video that I'll put at the end of this one will be the one showing everybody how to do a mohair wig. But also what we did, or I did, is
there's her real fingers.
She was missing a few fingers, so I sculpted her a few new ones, and I will paint them once they're dry, and then she should be almost complete.
Yes, she has her original outfit, the lightest pink I've ever seen. It's so gorgeous.
And you did some work on that?
A lot. There was a lot of work on her original one-piece slip with panties and her overdress.
But there just wasn't enough time, guys, to include that in this particular video, or we would have had 3 or 4 parts.
But we've worked with textiles before, and we'll work with them again.
Yep, so there are other videos that have that in it. But she looks so great. I think it's time to take down that gorgeous hair and get
hope that it covers her whole wig cap.
Yep. And we're going to go see her reveal. Are you ready to be revealed? I think she is.
I think she's ready to go home.
Yeah.
I think she misses her mom. That's what I think.
Okay. So here we go. We're going to go look at her reveal.
That's a miracle.
Well, she looks good enough to be on the Good Ship Lollipop.
Can you believe it?
She's got her wig, which might have had to be replaced. It's her original wig. She has her shoes back and
restored.
They're restored, and they could have possibly been considered a throwaway. And
I think she has her original socks, but I'm not sure.
She has new fingers.
She does?
Yep, she's got her fingers back. These are original. These I sculpted. Yep, she's a lovely girl.
She's got her original slip and panties.
Yep. She's in such good condition. I mean, she has a few little cracks here or there, but my goodness. For
her composition,
a 90-plus-year-old.
Her composition's phenomenal.
It really is. And unfortunately, we can't show her with her sister because her sister's not done yet, because her sister's getting her own video. It might not be a long one, but this little girl, she just took up too much time
to put them both together.
Right. So this is going to be the Shirley Temple #1, and next week will be Shirley Temple #2. Only she'll be in 1957.
And I
Shirley.
think this is. I thought it was a 34, but I think she could be a 34, but I think she's a 34, 35. We're not positive.
She's somewhere in there. She's a very early 1930s, and she's just lovely. So I guess we just want to say, if this is your first video with us, we hope you enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to subscribe, we would love to have you, and we love all our subscribers. They mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to like our video, we'd love that too. And
I have a couple of tips.
You too.
Yes, important ones for Shirley collectors.
Sure, go for it.
These little buttons, you should never attach them to the actual dress because they will leave a permanent hole, and because they can rust and you don't know it. And if it'll stain the dress and can't come out. And the reason she doesn't have her little arm things on is because I've seen those bows sewn on dresses that I've restored, and they actually make big holes because of the weight
because the fabric is so
fine.
Right. Well, okay, so it's your turn in the video.
Oh, okay. Just remember, it is possible to do it yourself.
Yep, even when the wig looks like it's not salvageable. But guess what? It just might be.
And it pretty much covered.
Yep.
I was amazed that I found the spit curl.
Okay, so we'll see everybody next week for part 2. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.